Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in the last few weeks, we looked at different yoga principles together. And this week, we are shifting our attention to a yoga flow, which is a series of movements that we do again and again in a cycle. It comes to no surprise that we'll be looking at the Sun Salutation flow. It's a flow that we've practiced already together. And in today's video, we're going to look at individually each of the positions that we practice, how to practice them safely, and how to make sure that as we practice them, we bring the awareness that we need to feel the stretch where we need to feel it.
Just to give you some background information, the Sun Salutation sequence, some people on the internet, some sources claim that it's more than 2,000 years old. Some say it's more than 5,000 years old. The truth is, we don't really know, and there's no evidence. The first written source dates back to 1928. It's where all the sequence that we do now is described in details. Also, there are mentioning of a sequence called Sun Salutation in the 17th century Indian sources, but then they don't explain what it includes. Also, similar flow could be found in the routines of Indian wrestlers, but really the Sun Salutation sequence, as we do it now, became popular in the 20th century.
Okay guys, so it's time to look at the different positions of the Sun Salutation together. The Sun Salutation is a series of 12 positions, but in fact only position 1 to 8 are different. Position 9 to 12 are a repeat of the earlier ones. We try to synchronize the movement with your breath. Here, as we show you, will take a bit longer to breathe through certain positions. Your starting position, you want your foot to be 1 foot distance apart from the top of your mat, okay? And the first position is in Namaste gesture. You put your palms together in front of your heart center. You should be quite engaged in this position. Engage your legs, engage your core, make sure you're present in this position. And now we're going to inhale, bringing our hands up. This is our first backward bend. Remember the principles? You lock your glutes, you lock your core, you move with control, and here you want to feel the stretch in the lower back. As you exhale, you're going to go into a forward fold. Remember the principles? You fold from the hip, you extend your spine, and you only round your back at the end of the stretch. And here you really want to feel the stretch here into the hamstring area. On the inhale, you're going to bring your right leg towards the back of your mat, and you're going to bring your shoulders up. Shoulder blades get closer together, and your shoulders are open. Here, you can have your left knee on top of your ankle. If you have more mobility, it's okay to have the knee forward. That is fine. But if not, keep the knee on top of your ankle for safety, and you should really feel the stretch here on the front of your right thigh. Now you're going to place your hands forward, and remember, position your hands starting from the fingers, and you're going to bring your left foot back and hold into a plank pose. Lock your core, lock your glutes. Now you're going to bring your knees, chest and chin down on the floor. Knees, chest and chin down on the floor, keeping your elbows close to your chest, so your hips should rise up in the middle. On the inhale, you're going to relax your feet and move your body up into cobra pose. Don't push too hard with your hands. Remember, this is a back bend, so it's about controlling the glutes and the core to protect your lower back. From here, you're going to push yourself up on the exhale into mountain pose. Mountain pose, you want both your feet here to be close together, and you want to keep a straight back as much as possible. Keep the shoulder blades wide apart. Now this is quite an intense position. Your shoulders, your arms, your hamstrings should all be stretched, your calves as well at the back as much as possible. Try to have your heels go down towards the floor. This is position number 8, so now we're going to repeat some of the earlier positions. On the inhale, you raise your right leg up and you bring your right leg through in between your palms. Raise your shoulders back up, open up your chest. Now you should be feeling the stretch on the inside of the left thigh. Now, put your feet on the floor and bring your left foot forward. Now we are back into a forward fold position. Again, you should be feeling the stretch here in the back of the hamstrings. On the inhale, slowly raise yourself up, lock your core, lock your glutes. We go for a backward bend. And on the exhale, bring your hands together into the heart center. So this is the end of a half cycle where we were leading with the right leg, and we'll do exactly the same with the left leg. Okay guys, so we've just looked at all the positions of the Sun Salutation, and the great thing with these series is that you can use them as a warm-up to a stretch session, but also as a standalone practice, especially if you're pressed for time, because you're targeting all the major muscle groups. A little word about rhythm. Should you go fast? Should you go slow? Well, it's up to you. You can make it very dynamic if you want, but I would advise you, specifically if you're not very experienced, to go slowly with the Sun Salutations so you don't hurt yourself.